I don't think this is an exaggeration. And it's not an overreaction Monday on a Tuesday, although we'll play that later on. Just 2 weeks in, just second game. The Atlanta Falcons saved their season last night. I think I feel safe to say that. They saved their season last night. There they were in Philadelphia with a gifted opportunity. A gifted opportunity when Nick Sirianni and Kellen Moore decided to go for a 3rd down and 3 in the air rather than run it on the ground to Saquon. They passed it to Saquon, and the Falcons out of timeouts and a minute 40 to go. And Saquon dropped it. Mm-hmm. And had he caught it, he would have turned upfield. Game would have been over. It would have been all she wrote. Eagles would have been 2-0. And the Falcons would have been 0-2, staring a Sunday night football, nationally televised appearance against the 2-time defending Super Bowl champion 2-0 Kansas City Chiefs. And that is what we would call a conundrum. That would have been an issue, a problem, for those who don't want to look it up. And Kirk Cousins in Philadelphia in a nationally televised game under the lights. And, history shows no bueno. Certainly the last 2 years, he came into Philadelphia, interestingly enough, on a week 2 night game. Last year it was a Thursday night on Prime Video. Year before that was a Monday Night Football game. He lost them both. And here he is, down by 6, needing a touchdown, and a minute 40 and change to go with a timeout in his pocket. Talk about a gift, right? And probably no timeouts left. That was my whole point here. Oh. Talk about a gift here. Oh, actually, no, wait a minute. They were left with a timeout in their pocket, right? And so here we go. The Atlanta Falcons. No, they had no timeouts left. That's the reason why you should have run it. Run it all the way down. And so what does he do? Kirk Cousins comes up with the best drive he's had in a long time.
No doubt.
And he goes 5 for 6 for 70 yards in 65 seconds, knife through hot butter. Falcons take the lead by 1. And that saved the season. You cannot go into the Sunday night game in front of the whole country 0-2. And this is why the Falcons got Kirk Cousins. This is why they got him. Believing that he can do it for them under the lights, the whole country watching. Because they just didn't want to try it anymore with young quarterbacks or unproven quarterbacks who might be veterans given an extra chance. No. Not anymore. They weren't going to try and hit anybody with a Heineke anymore. They're just going to go with Kirk. And Falcons saved their season. Plain and simple. Especially with not one but 2 other teams in their division starting 2-0. The Bucs, who won the division last year, and the highly surprising New Orleans Saints, who Atlanta would have to now chase down to. They spot 2 other teams in the division, 2 games, and the 2-time defending champs are coming into their town next. Can't do it, can't have it, won't have it. With New Orleans coming into their house, with Tampa coming into their house next. It's all set up for them. Much better to endeavor those next 3 games at 1-1 rather than 0-2. Certainly, if Cousins just kept on feeding the narrative and playing to his career form under the lights. Instead, flips the script, beats the Eagles, stuns Philadelphia. Jesse Bates, who is dynamite and last year's big-time free agent pickup for Atlanta, seals the deal with an interception of Jalen Hurts, who otherwise had a terrific night, in my opinion. We'll get to the Eagles in a second. Falcons saved their season, plain and simple. After the game, Kirk Cousins had this to say about that final drive. Hit it.
Yeah, it's so important to find ways to win, and that's how you put together a great season is, when you have these games that could go either way, you find a way to have it break your way. And that's the way this league is. And so when we can find those inches, it can really change the tail of the season. So we're going to have more of those up ahead, and we're going to have to keep, as a whole team, finding ways to make the plays to get it done. And it wasn't just, it's Koo making the long extra point. It's our defense standing up at the end, too. And I've been a part of games where you go down and score, and then you walk out of here with a loss because you missed that extra point and you go to overtime or you don't get the stop at the end. So it really does take everybody to find a way to come out of here with a win.
Yeah, Drake London with a nice route to run to get the game winner, right? The go-ahead, the eventual game winner.
Man,
he was terrific. He slayed Slay. Yeah. Darnell Mooney had 3 catches, one for the first touchdown of the night for Atlanta, a 41-yarder, and then consecutive plays in that final drive, 21 and 26 yards. And then Bijan Robinson. I've never seen anybody have 18 touches in a game like him, and me wondering, why didn't he have 18 more? Honestly, I don't know what it is.
He averaged 7 yards a carry.
I know you got to keep him fresh or whatever. He's so dynamite. The way he gains the edge is just breathtaking. It really is. 14 for 97 on the ground, 4 of 25 in the air. 18 touches. I'd like to see him have 36. And I don't have him in fantasy, I promise you. He's just as unbelievable. So that's the formula. That's the formula. Bijan does his thing. Kirk Cousins can do his thing. 20 of 29, 241 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the defense does its thing. And Atlanta wins, if they can. That's the formula. Right there. I would proffer to tell them, don't tightrope it so closely next time, but Philadelphia is a pretty damn good team. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.